You've seen the same cardinals visit your feeder for years, but you don't know why. One day, you'll spot a bird with a broken wing, a nest built in your tree, and a red flash in the snow. Stay to the end because you'll learn why they keep coming back and what it means for you. Number 1. The reason northern cardinals keep coming back to your yard isn't just about the seeds you leave out. It's about the sense of safety and familiarity they find here. These birds are known for their strong site fidelity, often returning to the same area year after year if the environment remains stable, as noted by the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. This loyalty is not just instinctual, it's a survival strategy. The same trees, the same feeders, even the same people can become part of their routine, making your yard feel like home. This bond helps them avoid the risks of unfamiliar territory, which is crucial for their survival. What this means for you is that your yard may be more than a food source. It could be a sanctuary for these birds and a lifelong relationship in the making. Beyond the visual cues of a stable environment, cardinals also form surprising bonds with humans. Research from the University of Washington has shown that these birds may recognize individual humans who regularly feed them, forming a lasting connection that can span years. This recognition isn't just about the food, it's about trust and routine. When a cardinal returns to your yard, it might be because it's remembering your face, your voice, or even the rhythm of your daily activities. This unique relationship deepens their sense of security and makes your yard a preferred destination. Their return isn't random. It's a calculated choice based on positive experiences and repeated interactions. Such loyalty can transform your yard into a place of continuity and comfort for these birds. The consistency of your yard's environment also plays a role in attracting cardinals back year after year. A PNAS study on avian behavior found that feeder visits increase by up to 40% in areas where cardinals have built nests nearby. This suggests that these birds not only remember the location of food, but also the safety of spaces where they've raised their young. Your yard may have become a place of both nourishment and reproduction for them, reinforcing their return. This deep attachment means that your efforts to create a welcoming habitat can have lasting effects, and as you continue to nurture this space, you may find that the same birds return year after year, bringing with them a sense of continuity and belonging. What happens when a new generation of cardinals begins to explore your yard? That's a story worth watching unfold. Number 2, the secret language of cardinals is a symphony playing in your backyard without you even realizing it. These vibrant birds have a complex system of sounds and behaviors that go far beyond the simple chick-a-dee-dees you might hear. Northern cardinals use a wide range of songs to communicate, from territorial warnings to mating calls, each note serving a purpose. You may have noticed a male cardinals repeating the same song from the same perch day after day, a behavior that helps reinforce his presence to other birds. This ritual is not just about shelling off, it's a form of communication that others in the neighborhood can understand. What this means for you is that every time you hear a cardinal, you're listening to a story being told. Did you know that cardinals aren't always singing for other birds? They sometimes seem to adjust their songs when humans are nearby. The subtle shift in pitch or rhythm suggests an awareness of their audience, as if they're adapting to be heard or noticed. The Avian Behavior Journal notes that some cardinals alter their calls when in the presence of people, a clue that they may be more perceptive than we think. This behavior could be a sign of curiosity or even a test of how humans respond to their songs. Imagine your presence might be influencing their way of speaking. Cardinals are not only communicating with each other, they might be observing you too. This connection could be an invitation to listen more closely to the world around you. Male cardinals often return to the same spot each morning, a habit that becomes a familiar rhythm in your yard. This consistent behavior is more than just routine. It's a form of storytelling, a way of marking their territory and signaling to others. Each day, they reinforce their presence with the same song from the same perch, creating a pattern that even you can recognize. This repetition suggests a deep-rooted need for stability and connection, even in the wild. What might seem like a simple habit is actually a complex form of language. As you continue to watch and listen, you might begin to understand their stories in ways you never expected. And who knows, maybe the next secret is waiting just around the corner. Number 3. The bond between you and the birds is more profound than you might realize. These feathered neighbors aren't just coming for the seeds, they're recognizing you. Research from the University of Florida shows that birds who regularly interact with humans are more likely to approach feeders, showing trust and even recognition. Imagine a cardinal that returns to your yard not just for food, but because it associates you with safety and care. What this means for you is that your yard isn't just a place for birds, it's a shared space built on mutual trust. This connection is something special, and it begins with the simple act of feeding them daily. Consider this. Some cardinals may even visit your yard when there's no food in sight. Avian biology research notes that these birds can form emotional bonds with the same person who feeds them regularly. They come not out of hunger, but out of familiarity and comfort. This is no small thing. It shows that your presence matters to them. Over time, they may begin to see you as a friend, someone who offers security and kindness. Their behavior is a testament to the emotional intelligence of birds, creatures often underestimated in their capacity for connection. What's even more astonishing is that some birds, like cardinals, can remember human faces and link them to positive experiences. According to the Journal of Ornithology, this memory can last for years. It's not just about food, it's about trust, familiarity, and the comfort of your presence. These birds are watching you, learning from you, and forming bonds that go beyond instinct. This relationship is a living, breathing connection that deepens with each visit. And just imagine what happens when you start to understand their language, because the next part of this story is about listening. Number 4. Your yard is a safe haven in a world full of dangers, a place where cardinals can thrive without the constant threat of predators or human disruption. Unlike open spaces where they must stay constantly alert, your yard offers a sense of security, especially when you maintain a consistent feeding routine. This predictability allows them to focus on eating, nesting, and raising their young without unnecessary stress. The presence of feeders acts as a buffer, deterring larger predators that might otherwise hunt them in the wild. As they grow more familiar with your yard, they begin to see it as a refuge, a place where they can return again and again. What this means for you is that you're not just feeding birds, you're creating a sanctuary that supports their survival and well-being. What makes your yard so special to cardinals is the way it balances familiarity and safety. They are creatures of habit, and when they recognize your face or the rhythm of your feeding schedule, they feel more secure. This bond is especially important in urban areas where natural habitats are scarce, and cardinals must rely on human-provided resources for up to half of their daily food intake. The Cornell Lab of Ornithology has found that feeders can significantly reduce predation risk, making your yard a critical lifeline for these birds. Over time, they learn the layout of your yard, identifying safe spots to hide, nest, and escape from danger. This adaptability is a testament to their resilience and ability to coexist with humans. Your consistent presence is a significantly reduced predation risk, making your yard a critical lifeline for. Your yard is more than a feeding station. It's a microcosm of the wild, where cardinals can live without the constant pressures of larger predators or habitat destruction. Studies show that cardinals in urban areas often avoid high traffic zones, but they return to yards where they're regularly fed, forming a unique relationship with their human neighbors. This trust is not just beneficial for the birds, it's a reminder of our shared responsibility to care for the natural world. As these birds grow more comfortable in your space, they begin to see it as part of their territory, a place where they can raise their young and find shelter. But what happens when the seasons change, or when new threats emerge? The story of your yard and its feathered residents is far from over, and the next chapter is just beginning. Number 5. Your backyard is more than just a place for cardinals to perch. It's a stage for subtle conversations. When you hear that familiar red crest bobbing in the bushes, it's not just a bird watching you, it's actively listening. Northern cardinals have ears so finely tuned they can detect the faintest human voice from over 100 feet away, according to the Audubon Society. This means they're not just reacting to your presence, they're interpreting it. Your every step, every whisper, may be part of their understanding of the world. What this means for you is that your yard has a whole new kind of audience, one that's both curious and clever. Some cardinals don't just listen, they echo. Researchers have noted that certain individuals mimic human speech, showing a surprising level of cognitive flexibility and curiosity, as found in the Avian Research Journal. This mimicry isn't random. It's a learned behavior that suggests cardinals are not only aware of their surroundings, but also interested in exploring them. You might hear a familiar phrase repeated from the trees, and it's not just a trick of the wind. These birds are processing and experimenting with sounds, much like a toddler learning to speak. Their brains are wired to adapt, and your yard could be the perfect classroom for them. This is a bird that's not just present, but actively participating in the world around it. Even their vocalizations shift depending on your presence. Studies from the Nature Sounds database reveal that cardinals may use unique calls when they spot humans, signaling to others in the neighborhood. These calls are more than just warnings. They're a kind of language. Imagine your yard as a hub of silent communication, where every chirp and whistle could be a message. The next time you hear a cardinal near your window, consider that it might be sharing news with its flock, or even testing the boundaries of your space. This bird is not just a fixture of your yard, it's a participant in a much larger unseen dialogue that you're now a part of. Number 6. The hidden stories in your yard begin with the cardinals that visit you day after day. These birds are not just passing through, they may be returning to the same yard year after year, even across generations. The Cornell Lab of Ornithology has documented this fascinating behavior, showing that cardinals form strong ties to specific locations. This connection is not just physical, it's emotional, as some cardinals have been seen returning to the same person for over a decade. This loyalty is a testament to the bond they build with their human neighbors. What this means for you is that you are part of a legacy that extends far beyond your own lifetime. Did you know that cardinals might actually remember your feeding patterns, adapting their behavior to your routine? According to research from Nature Conservation, these birds can recognize the rhythm of your visits and even anticipate when you'll bring food. This is a form of memory and learning that is rare in the wild. It suggests that cardinals are not only intelligent, but also deeply attuned to their environment and the people in it. Over time, they may come to associate your face, your voice, and even the sound of your footsteps with nourishment. This level of interaction transforms a simple backyard into a sanctuary built on trust and familiarity. These behaviors hint at something even deeper: the possibility that cardinals are forming relationships with specific humans in a way that feels almost personal. Studies from the University of Minnesota have shown that some birds return to the same human for over a decade, suggesting a bond that feels as strong as any friendship. This connection is not just about food, it's about companionship. As you continue to feed and observe your cardinals, you may begin to see a story unfold that is uniquely yours. And this is just the beginning of what your yard holds in store for you. You stand quietly in your backyard, the world hushed beneath a blanket of snow. The cardinal lands on the feeder, its crimson coat glowing like an ember in the pale light. For a moment, it seems to pause, as if recognizing you. This is no ordinary visit. It is a quiet gift, a reminder that even in the coldest of times, life finds a way to connect. You feel it in your chest, a warmth that has nothing to do with the fire in your hearth. It is the warmth of being seen, of being known by a creature that does not speak but understands. You watch as the cardinal eats, its movements slow and deliberate, as if savoring not just the seeds, but the moment. It is a sacred exchange, two beings each carrying their own burdens, finding solace in the simple act of being together. You do not need to believe in magic to feel the weight of this moment. Science may explain the bird's behavior, but it cannot explain the way your heart swells with gratitude. In this quiet, you are reminded that connection is not always loud. Sometimes it is found in the stillness, in the unspoken, in the warmth of a bird that chooses to come to you. Have you ever noticed a particular cardinal that visits your yard more often than others? What do you think their story is? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you've seen. And if this video touched your heart, don't forget to share it with someone who loves birds as much as you do. I'll see you in the next one.